Hey y'all, this is Revive Guy, aka multi-multimedia. It's a little overdue, but I just recently put the latest version of Spike Packrat on Gamejolt, and here is another playthrough. This one is going to be edited down a little, just so it's more like a teaser and less of a spoiler. I still encourage people to play this thing. I don't know if anyone, any of the few people who watch this knows this, but I used to have a universal volume control, but I kept having glitches where it messes with the music volume as well. Really need a title. If only you could see the loading screen shortly after I've submitted the new version. It has some sparks flying and crazy disco lights. Did the Pig Cop guys have textures before the last version? I don't remember. I actually considered using an image as a reflection like I did with the gem heads, but I don't know, might have been too fancy for a PS1 game. A recent addition here where having shadows under the platform. I find shadows key in 3D platforming. It helps you see where everything is, from platforms to objects to your own body. Yet I only recently added shadows to all the many platforms in this city. I found an interesting method to get around. Press both the jump and spin button at the same time and then press jump again. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that that doesn't mean the controls are broken, and this seems like a pretty legit cheat for a fairly legit control scheme. Disagree with me if you want, I'll listen. Anyone know how I'm supposed to get rid of that weird whatever that is when changing camera angles? Maybe there's just too much going on. Every time there's too much going on, something doesn't work with Blender Game Engine. Does this happen in Unity or Unreal? It's just weird. By the way, there's a little bonus if you get every single gemlet in the area, and that's exactly what I'm doing, getting everything. By the way, those platforms there, those are supposed to be the kind of scaffolding window cleaners stand on sometimes, so at some point I want there to be little ropes hanging from there or something. Yeah, I've also made a more complete set of information when you pause, yet sometimes the first time you pause, the animation to bring in the information doesn't happen. Probably a little much to process. Use simple models, seriously. I've been playing around a bit with tight roping those electrical wires. Right now the collision is basically an upside down triangle, flat side up, so that you don't stick to the walls or anything. Really need a graphic. Someday is going to be a graphic for that checkpoint graffiti. Just say check. There you go. There's your bonus for getting all the gemlets. You get text that says all of them. Oh, and for all the rebel points too. I know 3D platformers need more of a reward. But this is my first real full-fledged game design, so bear with me. And yeah, I guess the scenery is occluding some of those buttons there. Could try raising them more above the floor. The reason those boulders are moving all the time, at least the way I originally planned, is that slope has ramps on it that go up and down. Basically goes by inertia. Maybe I should bring the camera closer to Spike so that there's less of that, less cutting through the ceiling. Oh yeah, shortly after I put in the new release, I added some very simple graphics that aren't painted yet for those steps. Getting down to the little things, I've been hesitating. It seems kind of boring. And getting down to the very teeny tiny details, little sound effects, little models, and I don't know why the texture is pretty intimidating. There, the camera was smooth the change of camera was smooth right there. I don't know. I've always thought this wasn't as much of a platforming level. What I needed to have was, you know, some pits with spikes and with some platforms in the middle. That would have been very temple-like. Not to mention, there's some pretty cramped areas that could have been made bigger, would have made it more interesting, more explorable. Those boulders, anyone who's tried it, yeah, it's very hard. Even I have a hard time jumping through those without getting squished once. Then again, with as you'll see, with every level, now there's a way to get an extra hit point by getting enough rebel points, which pretty much makes the challenge non-existent. I don't know what that said. No shadow. I don't know what's up with that. I basically have a group representing that HP item. It's copied for each level. Now there's the shadow. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm sure I got all the gemlets, but sometimes I may have tried collecting 2 at the same time, and some of the numbers didn't register, like the message didn't. Oh! Well, you look at that. Yeah, that happens from time to time. I'm not sure why, but since the latest release, I've removed that second boulder. Okay. And I got flattened, but didn't take damage, and I'm stuck. So let's just try and damage ourselves to see if we can fix it. It is pretty funny seeing him just carry about his business while flattened. Doesn't help that apparently his cast shadow is now above his head. Now I've gone back to the beginning. If I die here, then I would start at the beginning. I would have to collect all the gemlets all over again to make the gem, the big kahuna crystal appear again. Is that fair enough? Not to mention all the stairs would go back down again. I feel very lucky to be able to capture this glitch on camera. Hopefully for the last time. And I just proved that I can't really cheat on that higher step. Now I just don't get the bonus, which doesn't save anyway, so who cares? All because of a little glitch. Did I mention that loading time is fake? I just set a time where it actually loads the level, and I just wanted to make it look kind of like an old game. This may be the first time a release has animation for this boss, and yes, this is a turtle. I thought the idea would be these boss cyborg animals would be piloted by the villain. Did I even get all the rebel points there? I may have miscounted the amount of pillars or power lines or whatever. Yeah, only 4. Apparently, I don't know how I did it, but just beating the boss counts as a rebel point. It should, but I didn't intend to make it that way yet. It just sort of happened, I don't know why. So let's go into the boss again, I guess. I suppose these are power structures that Dr. Teddy has, which you are wrecking to help wreck his plans. I've been pondering, what if Teddy actually gotten the government to trust him? So he gets to do whatever he wants. Yeah, I don't know what to do about those 2 clashing cutscenes with the health bar, the power bar, and the boss's defeat. Should I do anything? Oh! I guess there's a little too much going on there. Or is there? Well, doesn't happen any other stage. I don't know. Yeah, the hub hasn't been fully textured. In fact, the one texture I have, thought about having sewer pipes up on top. Yes, this is supposed to be a sewer. We need a proper cage for you to free Lulu from. Is anyone mad that she's not a playable character? Maybe Spike Packrat 2, anyone? Anyway, this game though is supposed to be a promotion for a cartoon parody I was planning, similar to Drawn Together. Oh, we're at the ending credits. Maybe I should cut it off here to avoid spoilers. Well, not really spoilers. This thing has a pretty funny ending, so I'm gonna say I'm going to end it here and encourage you to play this thing for yourselves. This is a free download, no microtransactions, and I wish I could just tell you that I wouldn't take down anyone who criticizes me, but I don't blame you for not believing me. Anyway, do what you want. The game is still in progress. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.